Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. My name is Josh Hall, and you're here for the SESRA Dirt Series live from Learnerville. And this is an awesome little track here. We're going to see some great racing, a very unique track. We'll go over that in just a second. I apologize, I do not have any points up, but you can see tonight we are in Learnerville for 50 laps. And then Limaland and Eldora. We'll round out the rest of our east session, and we'll be moving out to the west after that. So looking forward to this little battle we're going to see on track tonight. Very unique here at Learnerville. As you'll notice, only the front stretch has a wall, and it's really easy to jump the berm there in turns 3 and 4. And over here in 1 and 2 and get yourself in trouble. But the big problem spot is on the backstretch. As you can see from the blimp here, you can see there's not a lot of room out there past those berms. Well, as you come onto the backstretch here, as I mentioned, there's no wall. And it's about a 50-foot drop off the edge there. It's really easy to get yourself in some trouble. So we'll see these cars all night battling. As you can see from the chopper there, as the right side of the track really just falls off into oblivion. So if you get out of shape, and you can go for a wild ride down there, down the bank. And it's really easy to jump the berm here because there's, as you can see right now, one car sliding down sideways off the track there. So pretty interesting layout here of this track. It's a lot of fun to drive. Your first couple laps, it's kind of hairy feeling it out there. You don't know where that limit is, where that edge is out of control, but really easy to get yourself in some trouble. But if you can make it work like you see right now, Jeffrey West running that high side through 3 and 4, there's a lot of grip up there, and there's a lot of you can do up there. You can almost use the top of that brim there to really get some grip off the corner. Another unique situation here, as you saw in the background, is the pit stalls. So the pit here is not in the infield; it's actually off the exit of turn number 3, and they come back out in turn number 4. So it's really easy to, especially here in practice, have somebody mess up and miss seeing a car coming out of the pit road. So we got about a minute and a half left in practice before we got qualified. We see at the top of the board right now the 500 of Tyler Berry, who's been fast every single week that he's been here, and he did take a couple weeks off though. Now he's back, and again at the top of the board, he's got Dale Ward, who's currently in the pits, but sitting right there in second behind him. Austin Hahn sitting in third. Drew Layton, new name for me to say, sitting in the 4th spot with Jeffrey West, Jason Anderson, Tyler Horn, Scott Fritz, and Len Anderson making up the rest of the field, or the standings at the moment. It's kind of surprising to see Scott Fritz down that far on the board, as Scott's usually one of those guys who's out there and at the top of the board. As you see one car, that was the 24 Drew Layton, getting really wild and jumping that thing off the down the front stretch, which is really easy to do, as there's a bit of a as you come off down the front stretch here, you can see how the dirt really builds up there into the entrance of turn number 1. It's really easy to get up there and get the car airborne, or you might even see a car hit that and end up on its lid. So challenging track for sure, as the dirt really builds up there. It's almost like a rallycross track at that point. As practice is over, we're going to get ready to do some qualifying here at Learnerville. Oh, there they go up on the roof. And, excuse me for a second while I didn't realize I had the voice chat on. I do apologize for that. Don't want to hear them talking during the race. Not always the most pleasant of things are said. And let's see who the first one is out on track. Looks like Len Anderson's going to be the first car out on track to make their qualifying attempt. And that patriotic ESN Ford. Gets a little too much brake there, and let's see who else is out there right now. I see Jason Anderson in the same ride, just the 85, or I'm sorry, 05, making his laps right now. Scott Fritz out on track, starting his warm-up lap right now. Jason Anderson's going to be at the top of the board currently with a 15:24. Runs that real high line there down the front stretch, and 15:18 currently is the pole here with Jason Anderson. Dale Ward out on track, trying to put down a time here. So Austin Hahn goes second right now with a 15:48. Up just went to a 14:90, so Scott Fritz up to second now. Jeffrey West up to second. See Dale Ward almost cross that berm there and head down that hill. Oh, catches the wall there, and it's not going to improve his time any. Here comes Tyler Horn. A little different look here. We're used to seeing him in the black and gold. Tonight we're seeing him in the black and teal. Sharp looking ride there. We can ride along here. We can see exactly what I was talking about, where when you get off to the right there, it's really easy to catch this berm, get into the corner. Then as you come off the corner, if you look to your right, there's just nothing. It's a hill. Down the road, there's a bus down there you don't want to hit. Oh, slides it off at the turn. Oh, he's gone. Oh, he was able to hold on to it. I know got his qualifying. He's going to be starting in the 5th position. I don't think this lap right here is going to count for anything, but we'll see. Oh, there he goes. So Dale Ward up to the pole with Tyler Berry out on track right now. Running on that ragged edge, right on the edge of the track. Comes off of turn number 4. And he does improve his time, but not enough to beat Dale Ward. Ran a 14:79 his first lap, ran a 14:78 his second lap. And that's going to be all she wrote for qualifying. We still have a few minutes left. We'll have a little break here before they go green flag racing. For those of you watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, we do appreciate you. I know on the intensity side, we've got a couple people watching, so thank you for coming out tonight. Don't forget to drop a like, follow, subscribe if you haven't already, and join us every night for live iRacing here on Intensity Broadcasting. Tonight after this is one of our doubleheader nights. Tonight after this SESRA Dirt Classic, we're going to have a iOS Cup race. The iOS Cup Series is at Charlotte tonight. This is going to be the cutoff race for the round of 12 in the playoffs. So it's going to be 125 laps at night at Charlotte. So come out after this at 10 o'clock Eastern Time and check out the iOS Cup Series as they take on Charlotte Motor Speedway. Then tomorrow night we'll have the iOS Truck Series, as well as the, I believe it's the Thunderstruck Series before that. So again, don't forget to check out everything we have to offer here on Intensity Broadcasting. And don't forget, if you have a Fire Stick or a Roku TV, check out ERTV, eRacing TV. It's a free app you can download for your Roku or your Fire Stick, and you can watch live racing 7 nights a week on your big screen TV. Instead of having to sit around your computer or watch it on your phone, you can watch it right there on the TV. So check that out. It's eRacing TV. You'll have Intensity Broadcasting as well as a couple other series broadcasts on there. So don't forget, check that out. It's eRacing TV. And again, I do apologize for not having any points from last week, but we saw a great race last week with Tyler Berry coming home with the win. We'll have to see if Dale Ward pulls the same trick that Tyler did last week. Tyler took that precious EOL to get those bonus points. Now in this league, the pole sitter has the option of taking an EOL before the race starts, and for every position that he passes, it's 1 bonus point on top of the points he would earn for the win. And we just had another driver pop into the session here, so it looks like we're gonna have 10 cars here as Lance Heinberger just starting to load in here. We'll have to see if he's going to make his qualifying attempt here. With just under 3 minutes to go here, Lance Heinberger trying to see if he's going to attempt a qualifying attempt here or if he's going to decide to start from the back tonight. Again, a very, very interesting track. And let's take a look at our track information while we've got a minute here. And you can see very oddly shaped track as well. It's not quite symmetrical. 3 and 4, a little bit tighter of a turn than 1 and 2. Again, from the entrance of 1 to the exit of 4, there is no wall. So you could see cars jumping that berm there on the backstretch, taking that slide down the backstretch hill down into where the bus is parked down there. So it's going to be an interesting one for sure. It's a fun track here tonight, and we should see some great racing as this track, Learnerville Speedway, definitely puts on a great show no matter what series is here. And we're going to see more of that tonight. Yeah, it looks like Lance Heinberger may not take a time as he's got about a minute and a half to get out there and make his qualifying time. As we saw, 15-second lap, so only really needs about a minute and a half to, about 45 seconds to get out there and make 2 laps with a warm-up lap. So we'll have to see if he's waiting right there till the end or if he's going to hold off for a little bit. So it looks like with about 45, just under almost 30 seconds left, Lance Heinberger is not going to be making a qualifying attempt. He's going to stay in the pit or start from the back here, and we're going to see him charge through the track, through the pack, as he's always a fast one, the one to watch out for. I'll have to also see if any of the bad blood carries over from last week, although I do not see, who was it? It was Austin Hahn was having issues with somebody last week, and I can't remember who it is off the top of my head. Oh, it was Jeffrey Godby. So Jeffrey Godby is not in the race tonight, so we're not going to see that bad blood carry over tonight, but we'll have to see if the hard racing continues between Dale Ward, Tyler Berry, Jeffrey West, and Scott Fritz, as those four have always been kind of the class of the field, and we'll see tonight as we take a look at your starting grid. Dale Ward will be your pole sitter tonight, with Tyler Berry sitting his outside. Third, we're going to have Jeffrey West in the 1F, 8 on your screen, but 1F on the car. And Scott Fritz in the outside row. Austin Hahn's going to roll off 5th with Tyler Horn in 6th. 7th is going to see Drew Layton with Jason Anderson in the 8th spot. And then rounding out row 5 will be Len Anderson and Lance Heinberger. As Lance has not entered the track yet, so I don't think he's going to actually be competing tonight. We're going to take 2 laps around here to get everything all set and ready to rock here at Learnerville in the SESRA Dirt Series. Dale Ward is going to lead him to the start here. Tyler Berry to his outside. That pace car is going to take that, well, he's going to go straight into the pits. He's not going to turn left or right. He's going to go straight ahead, right off the road in the pit road. Green flag is in the air. We're racing here at Learnerville. And a great start for Tyler Berry. He's up on that high side trying to run that. Oh, he runs over the berm. We got 2 cars down the backstretch hill. Tyler Berry. I think that's Scott Fritz that's down there as well. Yeah, he's down there in no man's land. That's going to allow Dale Ward to get a great jump here as 2 of our top contenders, Scott Fritz and Tyler Berry, have some issues on the backstretch. Go down that hill. We got a yellow flag out. That's going to bring up our first wreckage rewind, and we're going to take a look at exactly what happened here. Let's see if we can get the right camera view to take a look at that. As they come off the corner here, you see Tyler Berry and Scott Fritz both missing that turn completely. They go right down the hill. Scott gets the worst of it. He gets almost down into that inside fence down there. Spins it around, able to get back up the hill. And as he does, it looks like he might have just... oh yeah, he spins it right there, trying to get back to the gas. And that's what's going to bring out the yellow here. So Dale Ward continues the lead here. Jeffrey West now in that second spot, and I believe the lights on the pace truck should be going off this time, which they do. So we're going to re-rack them, restack them, get ready to refire them here at Learnerville with Dale Ward, your control car. Jeffrey West going to be starting right behind him as we're going to go single file on this restart, since we didn't even get a single lap in before the yellow flag came out. The pace truck turns right, goes straight off here to pit road. Dale Ward right on the gas. We're back green flag racing here at Learnerville. And again, you see these guys right up on that berm there as Dale Ward gets a great run. Len Anderson, looks like he had some issues. He's turned around, but no caution yet as he's trying to get that thing straightened out. And now the caution flag comes out, and we'll have to see what... Oh! Jason Anderson slides into Len here as they're trying to get slowed down there. And let's see if we can see what happened to bring out this caution here with Len Anderson. Looks like him and Jason are just battling here, and oh, Tyler Berry and who's that back there? Scott Fritz making some contact with Anderson. Sends him around on the spin cycle, and Barry made a little bit more contact. So Scott Fritz and Scott Fritz and Tyler Barry having a rough start here. So I believe we're going to go back to single file restart here. So we're lurking lap number 4 of 50. But we are going to go back double file restart here, and we're already seeing how tough this Learnerville Speedway can be on this equipment. We've seen a couple cars already go down the hill. A couple cars get caught up in other people's mess there, but here we go. Pace truck is off. Dale Ward leads them back to the restart zone. Green flag is back in the air. We're back racing here, as we got a battle for the lead already, as Dale Ward jumps down to the bottom, trying to get to the inside of, as Jeffrey West jumping down to the inside of Dale Ward, trying to make it happen, but just not able to get the power down. Dale Ward's going to continue to lead this one, with a great battle now shaping up between Jeffrey West and Austin Hahn, as Austin Hahn's looking down to the bottom side here, just a little bit lower, trying to get underneath Jeffrey West, not able to do it. Oh, we got one car up on its side. Looks like Lance Heinberger is in the race. He was up on his side there down the front stretch, but able to hold on to it as they came off the corner. And still battling here. Scott Fritz now and Tyler Barry at the back of the pack right now. They're battling real hard, trying to get by each other, trying to get every point they can. See Scott Fritz with his nose up underneath his teammate's back bumper as they go through the corner. And now Fritz trying to look down to the bottom, not able to make anything happen. Up front now, battle for the lead as Jeffrey West is back to the back bumper of Ward. Almost got the nose underneath, but just not able to do it as they come through turns 3 and 4. And now they're going to start catching some lap traffic as just behind we see Tyler Horn, Austin Hahn battling for that 3rd and 4th position. But right now the battle's at the front as Jeffrey West trying to get a nose underneath Dale Ward. Here he comes, a little slider off the corner here. They're side by side going into the corner. Catching the lap car. Is the lap car going to be a pick, or is it going to stay up out of the way? That is Jason Anderson right there, as he's going to stay up high. Almost some contact between the leaders and the lapper. As we see Jeffrey West making that hard move down to the bottom. Here comes Anderson trying to stay out of the way. And that's allowed Austin Hahn to now come into this picture here, as he's now trying to get around Anderson. That lap car just trying to do everything he can to stay out of the way. And now Jeffrey West is coming back to the back bumper of Dale Ward. As we're coming to work lap number 15 as they come off of turn number 4. Jeffrey West all over that back bumper as it looks down to the inside. They're side by side coming through 1 and 2, and down the back stretch they come. Dale Ward able to get a little more power off the corner there, but side by side still working at West on that inside line, not able to clear and pull a slider just yet. But here he comes back on the bottom, trying to get that movement down there, trying to get that run. But that high side at the moment is the prevailing line, as we can see, all the grip up on that high side. And they're still side by side. Now Jeffrey West is going to tuck back inside. And now they're again side by side down the backstretch. So this battle just will not give up. And while they're doing this, they're actually pulling away from Austin Hahn. So even though these guys are battling as hard as they are side by side, they're still able to put a little bit of a gap between themselves and third place as the battle continues here off of turn number 4 and down the front stretch. And again, Jeffrey West throws it hard down in there, trying to throw a slider here. just not able to complete the pass. And Dale Ward is just so strong right now up on that high side. Every time they go into turn one, you see West throws that hard, hitting there hard, trying to throw a big old slider and just not able to do it, but great control as they're both able to come off the corner and not end up down in that ditch down there on the backstretch. And now they're catching the lap car of Len Anderson. Side by side again off of turn number 2. This time Ward has to go to the bottom and West is going to try the high side. The lap car ends up getting in the way a little bit, and that's going to help Dale Ward just pull a little bit away as Jeffrey West now trying to come back to him. A little further back, Tyler Horn sitting here in the 4th spot, trying to run down Austin Hahn. What's going on? Here we go. Jeffrey West trying to get back down to the bottom here as they're catching another lap car. They're catching Jason Anderson again, so have to see how that lap car plays, the traffic plays out here as the leaders are battling. Anderson's going to stay up out of the way, and now they might catch Lance Heinberger pretty soon. And there we go, Jeffrey West throwing it in deep, just not able to hold it down on that bottom side right now, as the top side really has all the grip off the corner. But Jeffrey West doing everything he can to try to get down and trying to get clear of the 55 of Dale Ward. They come off of turn number 4. And now it looks like Jeffrey West is kind of just settling back a little bit, starting to run in the tire tracks, Dale Ward. Maybe trying to learn what he's doing there, what he can do to gain an advantage and figure out where he can get around Dale here. A little further back, Scott Fritz has moved himself into the 4th position around Tyler Horn, and he's setting his sights on Austin Hahn as he's really starting to fly through the pack right now. Tyler Berry not so lucky. Tyler sitting back in the 6th position. As now Austin Hahn's got a mirror full of Scott Fritz. And can Scott get around him here and try to take away this 3rd position? And these two are almost 3.5 seconds behind the leaders. Are they going to have enough time to run the leaders down? As we've got 21 laps to go. When they cross the line next time, 20 laps. And Jeff West now stalking the 55 of Dale Ward. That time Dale goes down to the bottom side. That's going to allow Jeffrey West to get down there. He's going to throw it in there again. Not quite able to complete the slider, but they're still side by side as they go through 3 and 4. Slide job from Jeffrey West. Move that 1F into the lead here. That's going to let Dale Ward now kind of see what Jeffrey's been doing and see if he can run him back down as they try to work around the lap car of Drew Layton. And we see the 9 of Lance Heinberger also right there as they work around that lap traffic. Scott Fritz has moved around Austin Hahn. Let's take a look. There's going to go a quick replay of how it happened. See Fritz down on the bottom side. Throws it into turn number 3. Slide job up off of 4 to take that position away. Up front now, Jeffrey West starting to pull away a bit. He's now got a 2nd lead over Dale Ward. Actually, it's just under a 2nd now. It's half a 2nd lead. We have crossed the line this time. We'll have 15 laps to go. After a pretty eventful beginning with a couple of quick cautions early, we've been caution-free. Well, and Jeffrey West is hoping it stays that way so he can try to take advantage of the clean track. As Dale Ward now starting to fall off a little bit. He's now just about a 2nd back of Jeffrey West as he's been struggling with these lap cars behind him. And more lap traffic in the future for our leaders. Last time by, our fastest car on track was the 48 of Scott Fritz, but only by 2 1,000ths of a second, so, or 200ths of a second, excuse me. So I don't think he's going to have enough time to catch the leaders here, unless something catastrophic was to happen. A yellow flag would come out, but that's the last thing that Jeffrey West wants to see is a yellow flag as he's starting to dominate this race. He does have over a second lead over Dale Ward now. And right now the track is pretty much cleared. Oh, big mistake from Jeffrey West. Runs up the berm. Almost goes over there in 3 and 4. And that's allowed Dale Ward to catch right back up to his back bumper. That was the mistake that Dale Ward was hoping to see out of Jeffrey West. And that allows Dale Ward to slide down to the bottom. Now Dale Ward's trying to do the same thing that Jeff was doing earlier. Throw it in there hard and try to make that bottom side stick. So we got 9 laps to go here at Learnerville. Does Dale Ward have enough time to run Jeffrey West back down? And can he pass him? It's one thing to catch him. It's another thing to pass him. Oh, West catches the wall just a little bit. So doesn't Ward as they come through off of turn number 4 and through 1 and 2. Another mistake there, this time by Dale Ward, allows the lead to get back out to just about a second as he's just not able to carry the speed off of turn 4 in fear of running into that wall. As now Jeffrey West running down, it's the first time I think I've ever said this, but currently running down the lap car of Tyler Berry. Sitting in that 6th position. So good thing Barry had that double points last week or not double points, those bonus points last week to help him along. Oh, hard wreck. Dale Ward up into the outside wall. A lot of damage to that 55 machine, and that's going to do it for the 55, I think, as now Jeffrey West pulls out to over a 3-second lead. And he hits the wall yet again. He's got the lap car right behind him. 4 laps to go here at Learnerville. Jeffrey West now with a comfortable 3-second lead. Now can Scott Fritz run down Dale Ward and take away that 2nd spot as we see that heavily damaged 55 machine battling with the lap traffic. You see Scott Fritz just coming off of turn 4 behind. And that 55 is just not handling the way that he wants it to handle. As Jeffrey West is coming off of turn number 4 this time. To take 3 laps to go. Oh, the 15 goes around down on the bottom of the track. Yellow flag is out. As we saw Len Anderson, right after getting passed by our leader, almost makes some contact with the leader. Just never really gathers it up. Almost runs over that berm and then spins it out down on the bottom there to bring out our caution. And this is incredible because now we're going to bunch the field back up. And Tyler Berry, who is just about to go a lap down, is going to be able to catch back up to the field here. Also, that 55 from Dale Ward, we saw the damage that both our front leaders have right now on that right side. Trying to see if we can find a way to take a look at that right side. You can see a little bit of that crinkle on the right side of this machine, and you see how much that front end is bent out of shape on the 55 after making hard contact with the wall. I think this will be the best view of the first 2 cars here. As they come by, and we'll be able to see the damage that's on both these cars. Both those cars are bent out of shape. You can see the tire exposed, right front tire exposed on the 55. So that car is not handling well. And that's going to give Scott Fritz and Austin Hunt an opportunity to get around Dale Ward after dominating the first half of the race. Oh, green flag is back in the air. We're single file restart. And a great jump from Dale Ward as now Scott Fritz is looking to the inside of Dale Ward to try and take that 2nd position away, and he'll take it. Here comes Tyler Horn up on the high side. They're 3 wide. As Austin Hunt's down on the bottom now, they're 3 wide. Coming off of turn number 4, some contact made. Scott Fritz up into the second spot. Can Dale Ward hold on to this podium position as the white flag is out? Jeffrey West is coming through turns 3 and 4. And as he comes off of turn 4, Jeffrey West is going to get the win. Scott Fritz is going to come home second. Who's going to get third? It's going to be Tyler Horn as the 55 of Dale Ward. It looked like Tyler Berry goes spinning off into the infield, and we can see what happened right there. As this is the battle for third here, as Tyler Horn passed Dale Ward. Dale Ward goes off almost into the almost off the track completely and off the corner. Just loses it, catches Tyler Berry. They both go crashing into the infield, but your winner is going to be the F1 machine of Jeffrey West. Here are your official results. Jeffrey West with the win. Scott Fritz, after sticking around in the back and struggling all race long, comes home in second. Tyler Horn comes home third. Austin Hahn in fourth. Dale Ward fifth. Tyler Berry coming home in sixth. Drew Layton, Jason Anderson, Len Anderson, and Lance Heinberger are going to be the rounding out your field here. But it's all about your winner tonight, Jeffrey West. And let's see if we can get a word with our top three. Oh, we got Tyler Horn waiting for me, so we'll put Tyler right in. Tyler, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Man, a wild one here tonight here at Learnerville. As I was telling the guests watching at home how wild this track can be. And we saw right on the first lap as a couple of cars went off the track and down the hill. But most of the race, you were kind of hanging there in the back and kind of came on at the end there. Did the track just change that much, or were you just struggling to get around at the beginning and kind of figured it out as the race went on?
Yeah, man. Once it's pretty much it's hammered down there for at the beginning. It's definitely a one lane racetrack. I saw T Berry and Scott go over the edge right there. And I saw that as an opportunity to move up a couple spots and pretty much hold right there for the most part. And I kind of held my own there for a while. Jeffrey giving me pointers here and there. And I pretty much tried to stick it out. I knew as the track slicked off, it was definitely going to be a challenge for me because this track is definitely not one of my favorites. And I was honest to God with practice that was going the way it was going. I honestly did not expect to make it this far.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was kind of surprising to see some of the guys like Tyler Berry and Scott Fritz struggling at the beginning of the race.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Scott and T Berry, those are strong guys. They're strong competitors all the way around. Every track we go to, that they're the guys to beat. And it's definitely relieving to say, now that I'm not saying I can beat T Berry, but to be able to get that weight off of my shoulders, saying that I did beat him, it's definitely relieving.
That is for sure. It's always good to beat the boss man, that's for sure. But before we let you go, anybody you want to thank? Any shout outs you got to give tonight?
Oh yeah, man. I got to give a shout out to the guys over at T Berry Motorsports. They've done me great here recently. I got to give a big shout out to T Berry. He's given me a lot of pointers along the way. Jeffrey for giving me pointers along the race. Fast lane carpet cleaning. JDM Designs. Majula C Speed Shop, all those guys that help us get us through and put us up here in a podium.
For sure. And one last thing I noticed, you ditched the black and gold and went with the teal and black and white. Is that the good luck charm tonight? The new paint job?
Man, it's gotta be because we never had any luck on the gold and black paint scheme, and I kind of felt like middle of the season I was like let's change it up. Come at the other half of the season with a new look and new demeanor. So
Perfect, man. Well, congratulations on the podium on the third place finish. And we look forward to seeing you next week as we move on to what I believe is Eldora next week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir. See you there.
Have a good one.
You too.
So that was our second place finisher, Tyler Horn. Let's pull up Scott Fritz. Scott, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, wild one tonight. You started off lap one down down the hill and down in the bus parking there, and ended up coming home P2. How'd you do it? I mean, I saw you have that little incident there. You and T Berry both driving off the track there. It was just a mistake on your, or you just followed him down there, or what happened there?
No, actually, Jeffrey gave me a right rear right off the dang track, so not sure what he was doing there, if he just forgets there's a car on his outside or whatever, but, yeah, he got a gift tonight. I tried to get back to the field, but cautions didn't go our way. But first thing, I just want to say I'm sorry to Dale. I screwed him out of a good finish there. I was trying to get to Jeffrey, because I knew I had a car to get it to him, but, couldn't quite get there, and I screwed Dale out of a good finish in the process, so I just want to say I'm sorry to him, but, other than that, we had a pretty good night. I know Tyler, he went off there too, and he had a couple issues trying to get back to the field, but other than that, pretty decent night for T-Berry Motorsports.
Yeah, the beginning of the practice and the beginning of the race, and you guys starting so deep back in the field too. I was kind of surprised to see you and T Berry back there, but able to battle back, finish second, and Tyler finished sixth there. One other thing, I know that I don't know if you know this, Dale actually whacked the wall really good. He had a lot of right side damage to that thing. I don't know whether he would have been able to hold you off, but you know, looking back, it was a great finish overall. I think for the entire team.
Yeah, we ran pretty good. But yeah, I kind of screwed Dale. I drove it in deep, and we would have been fine, but I caught the grass and got tight and kind of screwed him there, and then he was pretty much got ran over after that. So I just feel bad about that. But other than that, I just want to thank T-Berry Motorsports and Tyler and everyone. This isn't one of my favorite tracks. I'm pretty good at it, but it's not one of my favorite tracks. But other than that, we ran pretty good. Just thank Wrath ATV, UTV, 65 Race Tire Solutions, my girlfriend, and everyone, y'all for putting this on. But I'm ready for on to next week to Limeland, which is probably my second favorite track compared to Volusia. So
I thought it was
pretty good.
I thought it was yep. I just said Eldora to Tyler, but yeah, you're right. It is Limeland, and that should be a great one as well. So again, Scott, congratulations on the second place finish, and I'm sure we'll talk to you again next week.
All right, thank you.
So that was Scott Fritz, our second place finisher, and let's bring in our winner tonight, Jeffrey West. Jeffrey, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Man, so close so many times this season. It seems like something happens right there at the end to knock you out of contention. And tonight, it seems like everything just kind of fell into your lap here in the right way when you threw that big slider on a Dale Ward, got around him, and able to start pulling away. That was impressive. Then the yellow came out there at the end. I think that's the last thing that you wanted to see. How did the race overall run for you from start to finish?
Yeah, so overall, it was definitely a good race. Like you said, I've had a lot of bad luck throughout the season, but I usually don't race late model. Sprint cars are kind of more my thing. So going to a track like Learnerville, I'm a lot more comfortable at, I guess you could say. I got a lot more laps on this track, so I felt a lot more better about it going in to start with. But as far as how the race went, I mean, track was hammered down for, pretty much the first 20, 25 laps there, and I was just pretty much following Dale, trying to keep pace with him. I knew we were going to get into lap traffic and whatnot, and I'd have an opportunity there. And I did eventually, and I was able to take it. And yeah, yellow was the last thing I wanted to see for sure. I was not happy about that, but luckily I was able to get a good start and hold him off there.
Yeah, and I saw I think it was about 12 laps ago, you caught the outside wall pretty hard. Did that change the handling of the car or anything, or were you able to motor through it?
No, I was kind of able to motor through it. I definitely got real tight up there one lap, and that's when Dale caught up to me, and I didn't want to jump the cushion there and just throw it all away. So that was the reason for that. Thankfully, I was able to get it back together and pull back away. So it all worked out.
Awesome, man. But before we let you go, anybody you'd like to thank? Any shout outs you got to give tonight?
Yeah, shout out to T-Berry and those guys. They're a fun group to race with. And a couple of my real life sponsors, Mainline Safety and Supply, R&E Performance, Haley's Electric, Rick's Powder Coating. Those guys, they all sponsor my real life car and they'll help me a bunch. So
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the win tonight. It seems like I said, you've been up there in contention for a few weeks now, and this one just kind of everything went your way.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
So that was our winner, Jeffrey West, as he wins a nail biter there at the end over Scott Fritz and Tyler Horn, and Dale Ward coming home in fifth after the hard contact with the wall, and then as Scott Fritz said, a little bit of contact with him. But next week we move on to Limaland, another track that's got some history and gonna put on a great show as well. So join us next week as Intensity Broadcasting and ESN bring you the SESRA Dirt Series. Don't forget, tonight we'll also have the iOS Cup Series running over here. Same thing here at on Intensity Broadcasting and E-Racing TV. So don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and join us later on. And join us every night as we have live racing 7 nights a week here on Intensity Broadcasting. And again, my name is Josh Hall. Congratulations to Jeffrey West for getting it done here at Learnerville. We're going to pack it up. We're going to head over to Charlotte in about an hour's time. So join us back here in a little bit. And as our boy Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over and out.